All right, and we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows in reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive that you are going, man, I almost got through it, Dustin, that we're going to hear something that is going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray, and I'm here joined with my co-host, as always, Dustin. Don't call me, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a nickname, Dustin. And
don't call me baby.
So don't call me baby, Dustin, in the building. What's going on, D-Man?
I'm here early today. I'm on time for once.
He's on time. He was early. I was the one that was late. But we are here. We got a very special guest. You know, like always, we have special guests each and every week. But we're joined today by Zach, a.k.a. Utahn, Bought and Gone. I'm going to get through it, Zach. I'm going to get through it. So, how are you doing today, sir? Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, joining us today. And we appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's an honor, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So, Zach, before we get, getting down into the nitty gritty here, the name. Tell us about your reselling name, Utahn, Bought and Gone. Like, where'd you come up with it? Why the Utahn? Like, what is that? Past tense? Like,
well, that's funny that you asked. A lot of people didn't know that too. Like, it's just what they call Utah people. It's Utahns. And so I wanted something that was in my name that kind of showed where I was from. And then Utahn, Bought and Gone, it kind of rhymed a little bit. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. And I almost did Bought and Gone Utahn, but I was like, I like Utahn, Bought and Gone. I'm gonna stick with
that. Okay. That makes a lot of sense because I didn't know what it was. So people from Utah are called Utahns.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, that makes perfect sense.
Because we're Tennesseans, I guess, right? Nashvilleians.
Yeah, Tennesseans. So that's awesome. So, Zach, we've seen each other on social media for the longest time. We were talking a little earlier, and Zach saying, "Man, you guys have been doing this for a while." And Zach's kind of like, he's one of the first people that we follow, And Zach's got, I wouldn't even put you in the box of like reseller, Zach, to be honest, because it's like Zach's got properties, he's got investments, he's got all this stuff from the money that you're beginning for reselling, and you're basically expanding your portfolio, if you will. And that's one of the real reasons that we wanted to have you on, because we wanted to know, all right, we're reselling now. What's the next step? What are the next steps here? How can we grow our money or whatever? But
yeah.
So before we really dive into that, Zach, did you start with that, or did you start with reselling? Like, how did this whole entrepreneurial mindset come about?
Well, it started when I got super obsessed with Dave Ramsey. I'm sure you guys know who he is.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We do. Nashvilleian.
Yeah, and so I was following him, and I was already working 9 to 5, and I've been doing eBay like on and off for like 6 or 7 years because my parents did it growing up, and so I started doing it when I was like 15, and I did it like here and there, and I never really dug into it, and started following Dave Ramsey, and he talks about having a side hustle all the time. So starting, I think it was 2019 of January, I was like, I'm gonna work like 2, 3, 4 hours a day after work, and I'm just gonna grow the business, and started my Instagram and stuff. And over the whole year, it kind of blew up. And so I was like, you know what, like I could run with this. And so I enjoy it super like a lot. And so I just decided to run with it and quit my 9 to 5. And I was a full-time reseller for about 2 years until recently I got a pretty good offer on a job that it's going to help me get more investment properties. So that's why I took the job.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah. So just from Dave Ramsey, like you knew right off the bat, I'm gonna sell stuff on eBay because you said your parents had a little bit of dip their toes into the reselling space. What were they selling? Like what kind of stuff?
They like antiques. They do a lot of antiques, and that's what they stick to. And they've been doing it for years. Like even when like you had like the dial-up computers and stuff, and you had like They've been doing it, I swear, since I was like 10 or something. And they still do it to this day. Like they still do it part time. They just do it for fun.
That's awesome. I know a lot of, Dustin and I, we have so many guests on the show, and a lot of the times that's where it comes from. Their parents were doing it, or maybe they did it for a little bit and they remember them selling their old junk on eBay and getting way more than what they would get like if they were sell their stuff on the garage sale. So that's funny. I would say probably 50% of the people that we have on, it's because of their parent, reselling because of their parents. So that's, I guess that's good, right, Dustin? Like taught them
I had a cousin that
money
did it.
management skill.
I had a cousin that did it when I was growing up. I was in high school, so I kind of knew about it. And then Ray got me on it, and I'm like, "Why did I do this back then?" I don't know. I regret that for sure.
Yeah, we definitely regret not doing it in high school because we would be balling, right, Dustin?
Oh, we would. No telling where we'd be.
It would be ridiculous. It's probably a good thing that we didn't do it in high school because we were probably like put hubcap spinners on our cars and do stupid stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Zach, so you went from eBay selling, and then like after that, where did your mind start going into buying investments, property investments, just things, just getting that other ball rolling, and just how did that come about?
Well, I tackled all my debt like Dave Ramsey says, right? So it got to the point where I was still working full time and I was making good money at my job and I was doing eBay on the side and I was making good money on eBay. And so I decided to save up and I was like, what we could do is buy a house, move into it and rent out our old place because our mortgage is so cheap. Let's try that out and we can cash flow like, $1,000 a month on this house. And Dave Ramsey's totally against it. He's like, doesn't believe in like having debt and stuff. But I picked up another mortgage but I had a cash flowing rental property for my old house and it was paying more than half of my new mortgage. And so I was paying like $1,000 a month on my second property. And it was so, and I decided to do that and then quit my 9-to-5 and went full-time reselling and the business really took off. And I had enough money in my in my first rental property to pull money out through a HELOC, and I picked up 2 more rental properties, so I have 3 now.
Just because Dave Ramsey told you that you needed it, like I'm just trying to figure out, like Dave Ramsey right off the bat.
He's totally against getting debt for rental properties, right? He wants people to pay cash for him. So I started following different people on YouTube and things like that. And then it just kind of like, I need to get something that will provide more income to the family. Right. Cause nobody wants to work till they're 80 years old. Right. And like, I love eBay a lot. But when you're just recycling the money, like you're just getting the money, putting it into the business, buying more product, you're just recycling it. Right. Like there's no end. And so I want to do reselling for fun when I'm like 65 years old and then have all this money coming in and I'm still doing eBay just for fun instead of trying to pay the bills. So that was the end goal.
Yeah, that's smart.
I want to be where you're at. That's my goal.
That's the
Rent
goal.
the house I'm out now when I buy a new house. That's the plan, and then go from there.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the goal. I think Dustin and I were all on the same page on that because, like you said, Zach, we want to do eBay for fun. We don't want it to be able to like, and there's nothing wrong with doing eBay to pay your bills because you don't want to work 9 to 5 or whatever. That's cool. We're saying that if you're not going to get employees or whatever, it's going to bottleneck. So it's like either the more money you want to make, the more hours you got to put in. But if you have rentals or other investments, the money is making you money. And like you said, Zach, I'm a little 50-50 on Dave Ramsey because of what you said. He believes in the whole cash thing or whatever. And that's great advice for people that don't have any money management skills. Yep. But I know so many people that leverage their credit for something that's, instead of paying $10,000 cash for a car, they'll use that $10,000 to buy an asset that's going to make them, the $1,000 a month to pay for their car, if not more. You know what I mean? So it's like they can use, but I would say probably 80% of the people don't necessarily how to use their money, their credit, just to be able, they're not responsible with their money. So,
yeah.
But
and it's
digress.
hard because you want to people love eBay so much, but when it becomes it more than a job, more of a job than a hobby, that's when it kind of it's not as fun, I guess you could say. But it was still enjoyable for me when I was working, doing it full time and stuff. But I want to go back to more the fun side of it. Let's go thrifting and see what we can find. And it's not a big deal if I don't find anything, or I don't list my 10 items that day. You know what I mean? Kind of things like that.
Yeah. It's a strange line for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said before, there's nothing wrong with eBay being your full-time gig, because it's way better than
making your own
working
schedule
at McDonald's or something. Exactly.
Hey, unless they're paying $31 an hour, I don't know.
$31 an hour, man. That's what they're saying. We'll see.
Flip burgers.
But let's say hi to some people in the chat. Zach, what'd you say, Dustin?
I'll be happy to flip burgers at $31.
I know,
$31 an hour.
Easy money. That's easy money. So let's say hi to some people in the chat. Some of the people coming out to see Zach. We have Kristen the Rural Squirrels in the building. Good to see you, Kristen. She says, yes, I'm ready for this. And we have Chris, a.k.a. Chris at Peak in the building. And like always, he says, do you even flip, bro? Directed at your boy. Little inside joke here. We have Christopher Nutters in the building. Good to see you. Sola Seller is here. Good to see you. Glad you can come on. And Craven Cards is in the building. And let's see here. Lisette is in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And again, guys, if you want to ask Zach any kind of questions, put it down in the chat. We will try to answer those to the best of our ability. Kristen Rural Squirrel says, big Zach fan. Actually stuck my finger in Zach's ear before. That's an interesting story. What caused that, Zach?
I think she's talking about when we were doing that photo for when Rachel Strickland was doing I think it was a TikTok she was making or something like that. I'll have to share it on my story again because it was quite funny. We were running onto this couch to take a picture, and she put her arm around and stuck it in my ear. I was like, what the heck?
Like on purpose?
No, not on purpose. It was just
okay.
Right as we were taking that video.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Funny. She didn't give you like a wet willy?
No.
She probably did on purpose.
Crazy.
You gotta watch that squirrel. Anytime Picker Roman in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And Lisette is dropping some links. Thank you so much to Zach's IG. And again, guys, Zach's link tree is down in the description below. So if you want to follow Zach on YouTube, Instagram, what else is in there, Zach? Your link is your eBay store.
I have a TikTok. I have a TikTok as well.
TikTok.
But I've been kind of slacking. Yeah.
It's all right. It's as long as you're making money, it's good to slack, I think. So Callie Luis is in the building. Good to see you, Luis. Glad you can stop by. And one of my favorite names as of late, we have I'm a Resell It is in the building. Good to see you. Glad that you can be here. And let's see here. And again, guys, if you have any questions for Zach, let us know. We were 19 when we bought our first rental property. Dang. So that's really cool. That's awesome, Kristen. And Mountain State Picker is in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And Roman is saying I'm the head coach for the Nashville Predators. I don't know too much about hockey, job. So that would be a terrible job. Exactly. I'm doing a terrible job right now. Sadie, is that your Sadie Osborne biggest regret in your professional life? Zach, great question.
That's one of my good friends' wife.
Okay.
My professional life, probably.
What were you doing before? What were you doing before? What was your full-time job before? And then you went reselling. For those 2 years.
It was like medical sales. So my job was pretty much. So it's the same thing I'm doing now with a different company, but the previous company I was with, my job was to hire doctors for short-staffed hospitals.
Oh, wow!
It was kind of a sales. It was a sales gig that was. Like I'm pretty much a headhunter for doctors.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So what was your biggest regret in your professional life?
Probably that I didn't start investing more heavily sooner because I always could have started eBay and really jumped into it. And I never did. Not like that I was lazy, but I just didn't have that mentality of thinking long-term at that time until I was a little bit older. So I wish I would have started earlier.
Nice. Okay. So real quick, Zach, I know we're jumping the gun here, but for someone that wants to get into what you're doing right now, what's a good way to go about that? Like they have, let's say something easy, $5,000 saved up. You know, like how do they get into buying a rental property? Like, do they need to buy a rental property? Like, what education do they need? Like, how did that ball get rolling for you? And what tips and tricks can you give for someone that wants to do that?
Okay. Well, first off, I want to say, like, if you guys ever have questions about this stuff, I don't mind if you guys reach out to me through Instagram. I love talking about this stuff. Like, I go on lives, or not lives, but I go on FaceTimes with people every once in a while through Instagram that I meet that just have questions about rental properties and stuff. I love talking about it. I'm not like, I don't know it all, but I can definitely help in areas. So, but I would say save up a little bit of money to buy your first property and then move into a second property and rent out your old place, because you're going to cash flow a lot more if you do it that way. And so I think that would be your first step, is getting your own property first and move out after 1 year, because you have to live there for 1 year. And then you get a second house to move into and rent out your old place.
There you go. That's
the secret sauce.
The secret sauce.
Yeah.
Love it.
Secret sauce
Love
for
it.
sure. Taylor Richardson says, yo, yo, yo. Glad you can be
I
here.
love
We have
her.
Chris at Peak says, hey, I like this Zach fella. So big Zach fan here. So we got Philly Picker in the house. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And Taylor says, Zach, what's the hardest thing about owning multiple properties? That's a fantastic question.
When you have two mortgages due. So if you don't have a renter in one of your houses, and you have to make your own primary resident mortgage payment, and then one of your rental properties, that is terrifying, especially if it takes a few months to get it rented. Wow. So make sure you have a little bit of money in the bank for that exact situation.
That's a good point.
That's a great point. Great point.
I had 3 do it one time, and that was terrifying.
Whew.
Ain't no way. I have a heart attack.
I know, right? That is stressful. I guess that's the pros and cons, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Sometimes
there's definitely downside.
It's a lot of responsibility. Yeah, for sure. So Lisette dropping the thumbs up. So guys, thank you so much. If you enjoy this, we're going to get into a really fun conversation here in a little bit. So hit the thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already, and leave a 5-star review and a review. So that would be fantastic. We have Chrissy Collins on the move, is in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And Casey Sorens.
That's
How
my
do I
wife.
say that,
Soren.
Dustin?
Yeah, Soren.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's your wife?
Soren. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Take the leap. It's scary, but it's worth it. There you go. That's a great perspective.
It took us a long time to actually make that leap.
That's a great
because
perspective.
We were so scared.
So, speaking of that, Zach, so how long have you been married to Casey? Or how long have you guys been married?
So we got,
since 2019?
4 years roughly.
So those conversations with your wife, being the head of the household, and you tell her, okay, I want to do this, or is it scary? Like, how do those conversations go between y'all?
Well, it's like, listen here, I wear the pants. This is how it's she knows. She's like, that's not how it goes. No, I do a lot of research on this stuff, like a lot of research, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of podcasts, read books and stuff like that. And I'm really passionate about this stuff. My wife is super supportive. Like, whatever it comes down to, like, I wouldn't have quit my job to go full time if it wasn't for her, because I was like so on the fence. She's like, you're making good money. Why would you not start your own business and just run with it? I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's scary. But she was like, she's the most supportive person I've ever met in my entire life, which helps me a lot. And same with like buying the rental properties. Like, I talked to her about it, and she was like, sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. I'm like, well, hold on. Like, let's run some numbers. Like, she's so awesome when it comes to that stuff. So I like it a lot.
That's awesome. I guess that always helps when you have a very understanding and supportive person in your corner, ride or die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you need it.
Lisette says she has to go. Thank you so much, Lisette, for stopping by. We do appreciate everything you do for our channel. And we have Glenn the Swamp Picker is in the building. Good to see you, Glenn. So, all right. So, Zach, we got to know you a little more. So let's get to know you a little bit deeper. Right, Dustin?
Absolutely.
So we do want to we do have a section on our show called overrated, underrated, where we give you 10 different subjects and you let us know. Excuse me, I'm fixing the burp. 5 being reselling related, 5 not being reselling related, and you let us know if they're overrated or underrated in your opinion, okay?
Okay.
All right. We do want to say that we give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast. So This Week in Reselling is brought to you by our good friends over at My Reseller Genie. All right. So like Zach, you got a lot of investments in the fire. You're doing your eBay, you're doing your Poshmark, you're doing your whatnot, and you don't know what's going on with your taxes. My Reseller Genie is the best thing. It's a nice tool to help you keep all that business expenses all under one roof. And if you use the code Nashville Flippers, you're going to get 15% off your first month. So if you're having trouble with your numbers, get My Reseller Genie, and you're not going to regret it. And use the code Nashville Flippers for 15% off. So Zach, are you ready to play overrated, underrated?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Number 1, I'll go first, Dustin. And we've been talking about this. Overrated, underrated, expanding your portfolio as a reseller. And that could be selling on multiple platforms, maybe moving into I don't know, flipping other stuff, buying rental properties. Like, let us know.
I would say definitely underrated. I think there's a lot of potential on different platforms and different streams of income that maybe people that can't even like. My new boss tells me this thing. There's a million ways to make $1 million, and it's so true. And like you can have multiple streams of income. So I think it's underrated, and people tend to get complacent, and I think they can really push themselves and get a few multiple streams of income.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can do anything. I mean, just
Anything.
YouTube in general. There's so many people that just have turned their hobbies into steady income. Even if they make $100 a month, that's $100 a month they didn't have before.
Yeah.
You know. So, all right, let's move on. Number 2, Dustin.
Number 2, overrated, underrated, Crocs, sport mode or whatever, regular mode.
Regular 4x4 mode and sports mode?
I'm more of a sport mode.
Oh, that's funny. I'm not a big fan of Crocs. So I would probably
not
say
a Croc guy.
No, I'm not.
Really? So what do you wear like to walk the dog or take out the trash or
I have pairs of dude shoes. Hey dudes.
Those are comfortable too.
The hey dudes. Okay.
That's my go-to.
So no crocalakis. No gibbets on the. Okay. We might have to get you a pair. They need to like do like a custom made Croc thing, Dustin.
The Nashville Flippers Croc edition.
Well, I'd wear them.
Something. You know how they had like Nike ID and you get to pick the colors and like on a shoe. They need to do that for Crocs.
They have every color, so that's probably why they don't have it.
Yeah. See, a lot of Christy's saying underrated. LOL. I wear the heels. They have heel Crocs.
I don't know.
I think they got dress shoe Crocs.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. We have Steven in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. And shout out to everybody that's not typing in. We appreciate you. We want to say the 2 lurkers that we know for sure. We have Old School Picker. He says he lurks all the time. We have Danny May is also lurking. So good to see you guys.
Lurking in the background.
The lurking in the background. So, all right, moving on. No, not a Croc fan. That's surprising. Zach.
Are you a Croc fan?
I love me some Crocs, man. I love me some.
They don't make any my size, so I don't.
They don't make Crocs your size, Dustin?
Not size 15? Heck no. The only ones that make 15 is like the work
Crocs.
ones, the terrible looking black work ones. I don't want those.
Oh, okay.
They probably make size 15 hey dudes.
See, they probably do. I need to look into that.
Okay. All right. Mountain State Picker says, I've been watching Zach for a while. So good to see. There you go, Danny. You got me. I knew you were here, Danny. I knew you were here. So Collins on the Moon says, yes, they do. They make wedges. Okay.
Wow.
That's interesting. You can dress them up. You can dress them down, Zach. If you have a court date, you can wear those in there. And if you get convicted, you can wear Crocs in the penitentiary, you know?
Look at that.
It's a win-win.
So,
not really.
Mountain State says, I like selling Crocs. Don't wear them, though. So, okay. All right. Moving on. Number 3. We have the Goodwill. Overrated or underrated, Zach?
In Utah, it's probably underrated. I don't know about outside of Utah. It's pretty big outside of Utah, but in Utah, definitely underrated.
Huh.
Okay. Do you guys have that desert industry there, the DI, don't you? That too?
Yeah, we have Savers, the DI, and Goodwill.
Yeah, y'all are loaded.
So that's awesome. So out of those, which one do you like the best?
I like Savers a lot, but they're so expensive. But the nice thing is if you bring in donations, like, so I get those, I have tons of books, obviously, like behind me and stuff. I sell on Amazon. So all the duds, I'll keep duds in my car, and then I'll donate them when I go to Savers, and they give me a 20% off coupon every time I go in. But Savers is a little more expensive compared to Goodwill and the DI. The DI is super cheap.
Okay, that's interesting. Savers is the one where they have the toy bags, right? Like the hanging.
Yep.
Gosh, we need to go to a Savers, Dustin. They don't have any down here.
None? Well, we don't have Amazon bins down here, so you guys are...
That's true.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. But, man, I think the closest one is, like, northern Kentucky.
Let's go.
Wow.
We might have to take a road trip up there, Dustin.
That's a big road trip just to not find anything. You
just
know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tax write-off.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 4, Dustin.
All right, our boy Chris Evans.
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Chris Evans, the actor.
Yeah.
Captain America, right, Dustin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say underrated.
Okay.
Yep.
Good as an actor. I can't. What other movie has he been in besides Captain America?
There's a couple. He was in one on Netflix, actually. Not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Came out last year.
Before that, he was in that.
He was in Fantastic Four.
Okay, yeah, that movie was
the OG Fantastic Four.
Yeah, what's the movie where it was like making fun of all the? You know how they do like scary movie, but this was like, like a spoof movie, and he was like the quarterback and on the football team. Zach, do you remember those? Like they're like spoof movies. Let me know, chat. Let me know.
Scary movie?
Maybe like it's like Scary Movie, but it's like not another teen movie or something like. I can't remember.
No, something like that.
I'm also going to be disappointed because I don't watch many like superhero movies.
Okay.
I don't.
What's your favorite kind of movies, Zach?
I'm not my favorite kind of movie. I like sports movies.
Yeah.
I like the sports
I'm a
movies.
sucker for sports movies too.
Yeah.
Okay. I recently saw one where The Rock was a coach for like a juvenile center, like he was like a prison guard or something, and they got all the kids.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's good. It is good.
Not Stop the.
I can't remember what it is.
Gridiron Gang.
I think that's it. I think that's it. That's a good one.
Dude, that's up there with Longest Yard. Coach Carter's probably all time great.
Coach Carter, man, I watched that.
Carter.
I got teary eyed. It was so good.
It's so good.
Oh my goodness,
Coach Carter. That brings back some memories for sure. So Death Bell Picker. Knives Out. Was he in Knives Out?
Oh yes, he was.
Gray Man. And then
that
not
Gray
another.
Man, that was a good movie.
That's it. Not another teen. So it is not another teen movie.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Glad you can come on there, Chrissy. Appreciate you. Zach likes sports movies because that's the only time Cowboys win. Philly fan.
Dude, I was waiting for a Cowboys joke. I was waiting for it.
There
I guess is that the closest like sports team? I guess is Utah. I guess the Utes. You can go for like the Raiders now, right?
Yeah, I'm not. My brother-in-law is a Raiders fan, but no, I've been watching the Cowboys since I was little. So like through the '90s, watching them just got me hooked.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. All right, moving on. This is a good one. Number 6.
We're number 5.
Number 5? Number 5.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Whatnot. Overrated, underrated, Zach?
Oh man, there's. I think it's a little.
Are you on Whatnot? Are you selling on Whatnot?
I'm approved to sell. I haven't even done a show yet. I got approved, and I was like thinking about it, and then I got this job, and I got so busy I haven't done a show. But I don't know. I think it's a little overrated. I don't know, but people love it, and people that are on it love it so much. So it's just like I don't know. It's kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'm here to tell you, Zach. Okay, as a former Whatnot hater, right here. Okay. I mean, you go back and listen to the episodes. I'm pretty hard on Whatnot, right, Dustin?
Absolutely. I think we both were.
But we have never sold anything on Whatnot.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So finally, Whatnot reached out to us and they said, "Hey, I want you guys to sell on the platform." You know, they just rolled out the red carpet for us, right? So we have 3 shows under our belt, and yesterday we had a Whatnot show. It's been the best one for us. And the way that we source, Zach, you know, we've been buying all these $5 electronics at these Amazon bin stores, and we're getting 30, 50 for like an item that goes for like $25 all day long.
Really?
So yesterday we sold a little under 40 items, and we made a little under $1,000 in an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, blew my mind.
How close are you guys?
I mean, there was
you guys doing, like your lives together.
We're about 1.5 miles away.
Yeah. So on Whatnot, Dustin actually came over, and he did it with, he was behind the scenes. I was in front of the camera, and we were rocking and rolling, man. And it was great. There was like a massage. One of the most surprising things that sold yesterday was a massage pillow that I picked up literally yesterday at a $5 bin store, our $5 bin store, and it sold for how much, Dustin? $71. $71, which is not worth anything. Like, it's not worth that on eBay.
That's insane.
So, if you haven't done it, I would at least give it a try.
I know I need to do it. Especially, I was thinking about doing like books, but I was like, books aren't that hot. But there might be like if I did it for a little bit,
you'd be surprised.
Following.
Yep.
So.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. So, like Dustin and I, we're like yesterday, we were just in complete awe, right? Of what we
were
made.
In the zone.
We were in the zone to a point to where we had a serious conversation. We need to start shifting to sourcing for Whatnot completely, buying in bulk, knowing that we can flip things all day long for certain, like, we don't want to go to these $5 bin stores where we know we can buy pallets of stuff for cheap, but we got to put up the money, and then we have a way to just get rid of it like that same day.
Exactly. If we can move 40 items in an hour and a half.
Yeah, because you can kill it or whatnot if you have the quantity. If you have the items.
If you have the quantity and the good inventory. It's got to be good inventory though.
Yeah.
Because people don't want junk.
People love smartwatches, man. People love those
smartwatches. Just generic smartwatches.
Oh yeah. People love them.
Generic smartwatches, $30 all day long. All day long.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you get them for so cheap, $5 a piece.
Exactly.
So I would advise, just look into it. If you want to look into it, let me know. We'll get you on the right path. I'll get you my guy, and he's been with me the whole way. I've asked him so many crazy questions, and I'm making a video this week, the breakdown of all the numbers, everything you need to do on Whatnot. Because I'm a numbers guy. That's what I do full time, right? I do accounting work full time. So I'm asking him all these questions, and the fees are a little it's weird how they have the fees on Whatnot.
Yeah, they are weird. I saw Rachel Strickland's
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they do charge you like 30 cents per transaction as a transactional fee, and then 2%, and then another 8%. but the 2% and the 30 cents are just that's per item. So you can't really like make it like a total like 13% like eBay, because it varies depending on how much the item sold for and all that. It's kind of it's a little bit of a mess, but
so you start your items all at $5, I assume.
We did, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I mean, some went for like $6, but then there's a lot of them that went for more than what we could even imagine.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth at least looking at. Like,
how many different buyers did you have? Because if you can't, you got to like ship individually.
Well, if a buyer buys multiple quantities of items, you can put it all in the same thing,
which is nice.
So I don't know how many. I mean, it took me an hour to ship everything today.
That ain't bad at all.
For 40.
No, but I mean, I knew what we had in it, and the best part is that the buyer gets charged immediately after they purchase the item. They win the auction, it gets charged. And I know that when the item is delivered, that's when they pay you out, and you can either choose to pay you out via PayPal or in your bank account. But after 1,000 items sold, it automatically goes into your account.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll get there quick.
Yeah, we'll get there real quick. So it's something to think about for sure. So if the people are listening, or Whatnot things are down there, but if you really want to consider selling on Whatnot, holler at me. I'll get you to the right person, and they can walk you through, have a call with you. They can explain everything with you. And if you have any questions, you can definitely shoot us a DM or whatever, or email. So it's the few. I think I'm a Reseller. They say that live auctions are the future. So Zach, we did this thing. Exactly. But I think they're behind on the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah.
So could you imagine if Google bought Whatnot, and then on your YouTube it had like a tab for like live auction sellers? That would be crazy.
Jeez.
Game over.
I'd
take everything off my eBay.
I know, right? So Zach, we did do something really cool yesterday. We called it, what did we call it, Dustin? With the AirPods?
Yeah, I saw you guys were doing the giveaway.
Roulette? Was it roulette or
sudden death? Sudden death roulette or whatever. So we had 2 AirPods. We had a total of 5 AirPods. 2 of them that were given away, and the 3 of them, what we did is we started at MSRP $120, and every 10 seconds we were dropping the price $10 in the buy it now section of Whatnot. So the longer the people waited in the chat, the more of a deal that they were going to get. And 2 people bought them for $70, which they would have got them cheaper if they waited longer. And you should have seen how pissed the chat was. They're like, "Why did you buy them so early?
They were hot.
Should have waited for $20." So you can also do that. Like if you find something like I don't know, like in a bins or in the garage sale, is worth a lot of money, and just go like that. It kind of gives excitement. But we had like 50 people watching it the whole time, which is great. So
I like that.
I'm sure having those AirPods really helped us.
Yeah, the giveaway. Like when we did the giveaway, there's like all of a sudden 100 people in the chat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All the bots.
I don't know how. So yeah, right. So Paul says, yeah, I tried to snag some deals yesterday, but people were overpaying like crazy. So I don't know if it was just that, like,
time of day,
like,
maybe
you see, what are the like home shopping networks? You're watching and you're like, oh, I gotta have it. So I don't know, or maybe I'm just a good salesman, right, Dustin?
You might be.
Yeah.
So that could be it. Because one of the things I really wanted to do is be kind of a salesman, showing off the item, being entertaining and all that. Because the last thing I want is people click away and there's not enough people in the chat wanting to buy stuff.
Yep.
So
being entertaining.
Dustin and I really had a good system yesterday, right, Dustin? He pulled up the stuff.
Oh yeah.
He was the man. Dustin, I don't think I would have been here like 4 hours if you didn't help me yesterday.
Oh, I know.
Like legit. It was so. Zach, I would advise if you haven't done it. I mean, like you talk to Drew Profit Monsters a lot, don't you? He kills it on Whatnot.
I know he loves it. He does his vintage
So
clothing.
So I mean it's crazy. Mountain State Picker says, I'm not sure we want to take a leap into Whatnot. Thinking about it, see some strange it's the Wild West on there right now, Zach. People are watching like movies on there.
Wait,
I mean, it's wild.
What?
Yeah, like people, like there's people that are just like, hey, let's watch a movie, and they're not selling anything. They're watching like Home Alone or something with people in the chat.
It is hilarious.
So it's wild. It's wild for sure. So was it clothes they sold? We sold electronics. So so it was cool. Alan's in the building. Good to see you, Alan. Kristen says, I've dragged my feet on Whatnot and not trying real hard. I've got one Wednesday though. Gonna try harder. So there you go. Kristen bought a knee massager at a great price. I think she paid like $6 for it.
Yeah, so, and she's gonna get an AirPod case with it. One of hers.
Right. That's funny. One of hers, yeah. You guys did good. It was a good show. Thank you so much. Paul says, I think I was Dustin's sultry voice behind the camera that sold the. There you go. There you go.
Hey, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you guys haven't tried Whatnot, from a Whatnot previous Whatnot hater right here, give it a chance. Give it a chance. So I'm gonna keep you updated each and every week. We did a Lego show too, Zach. We stole those Lego minifigures on our second show. We did really good there too.
Wow. So you really stick like to one category. You don't mix it up at all.
We did Lego on our second show, and then I found a lot of Lego in the bins. So I have some Lego sets that I'm gonna sell, and then I have a tub of nothing but Nerf guns that I'm gonna do a Nerf. Like I bought a
toy one. Maybe.
I think it was like 50 Nerf guns for like $100 one time, and they've just been sitting in my garage. And I don't know anything about Nerf, but I need to get them out of there. I need to get them in and out. So if I can make $5 a piece, like I was thinking about just putting them on Facebook Marketplace and selling the whole tub for $100. But now since I have Whatnot, if I make $3 or $5 a piece, exactly. So yeah. So stay tuned for that video. We're going to have a good time. So check that out this Saturday. We're going to put it out this Saturday. So, all right. Moving on. Number six, Dustin.
Gravy.
Gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's underrated. I love some gravy.
Agreed.
You like all kinds of gravy? White gravy, dark gravy, young gravy, all kinds of gravy?
So I know I always get the country fried steak when I go to like restaurants and stuff, but I'm like trying to eat healthy recently. So I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, the country fried steak with gravy.
It's so good.
That's my go-to.
Man, I haven't had country fried steak in a minute, Dustin.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Cheddar's got a solid country fried steak.
Where, Dustin?
Cheddar's.
Cheddar's?
Oh yeah.
Does Texas Roadhouse have country fried steak?
Oh yeah, they do. That's even better, actually. I forgot about that.
I might have to have.
I know where you're going tomorrow.
Steak tomorrow. I know, right? So, all right, number 7. Overrated, underrated. Buying pallets or gaylords of items, Zach.
Ooh.
Because I know that you buy tons of that stuff.
Yeah, I would say I think it's a little underrated. I think it's more intimidating. I think for people because it's such high quantity, but there can be such high returns. You know what I mean? So it depends, I guess, where you're getting your pallets from, and like when I started doing my books, I bought one pallet, and I was like, okay, if I make good money on this one pallet, I'll buy a bunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started getting into it. Like I made like $600 off one pallet, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep buying these pallets because I was getting them for like $100 a piece, and I was making $600 off on them. So I just started just buying them. I guess depends, but I would think a little underrated.
Okay, nice. It's good to hear because for the first time ever, no, we've bought pallets before, but we went to another Amazon bin store, Zach. We usually go to 2 on Saturday. They're both in the same place. And The second one we went to was terrible. I found like one thing. Dustin, did you find anything?
I got two things, both for myself: a Nintendo Switch case and some coffee.
So, but next door, Zach, they have a pallet store, right? Like you can purchase. They had Costco pallets. They had what other
Sporting
kind of
goods
they had
pallets, stuff like that.
Sporting goods, automotive
pallets.
We were gonna buy a pallet of automotive, Zach. They wanted $400 for this pallet, and the reason why we were actually thinking about it is they had this whole box of new old stock manuals for like car repair. So, and the box probably had how many in there, Dustin?
There's probably at least 100 in there.
Oh yeah, those
for like at least $10 a pop. But the other stuff that was in that pallet, Zach, was just like it was just garbage,
trash.
Like
it was trash,
push pins and weird stuff, right? But
is it like wrapped in plastic, and you can kind of look and see what's in there?
So this one was, but you could like it was like separate boxes, and there's a total of 8 of them on there, probably about 15 by 15 size. And the books were open. Then we started looking in, see what else was in there. It was just a book. There's only one box of manuals, but it was like if there's another box of manuals, we were probably going to jump on it all day.
Yeah, but they wanted $400 for it.
Yeah, a little steep.
Which was, it was a little steep. But then Dustin, out of the corner of his eye, spots this one gaylord of nothing but shoes, Zach. Just used shoes, like slightly used shoes. Some of them better conditioned than others, right? For $200. And we're like, let's do it. Let's buy it. Because there was like some Frog Tog waders on there that were at least $100. Mm-hmm. Brooks. Really good shoes in there that, you can buy at Goodwill like all day long. And then we find another pallet of new shoes for $200 out of the boxes, but they're brand new with tags and all that stuff, right? And we ended up pulling the trigger on both of them, and we're going to go pick them up next Saturday. So,
never bought
we weren't
pallets.
ready.
Never bought them.
What's that?
Bought 2.
Never.
So we never bought pallets. We go buy 2 massive pallets of shoes.
We buy 2 of them. So
why not?
So it's going to be interesting to say the least. And if anything, we know we can flip them on Whatnot with the quickness.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Isn't a large investment. I feel like you can make your money back on.
There's 3 items in there, and one pallet would make almost $400 on 3 things.
Yeah. So we knew it was a home run for sure. But to a point on the way home, we were looking at trailers, Zach. We're looking at trailers to pull. We're like, we need to get a trailer now to pull with our trucks. Did you buy a covered one or did you buy a
like a flatbed one? Pretty much, yeah. It's got like a side rail.
How big is it?
6 by 14.
Okay.
It's
So it's a long boy.
I was buying storage units and I was using my truck bed and I was like, I need to get a trailer. So I went and bought a trailer and I used that for pallets and then for storage units.
Okay.
We should just buy a camper.
Dang.
Just a camper.
We need to do something, Dustin, because
just get one of those box trucks.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like a U-Haul.
So are we gonna pivot from a van to a box truck?
We definitely need we definitely need something. Now my Facebook is like littered with advertisements for trailers. Like every time I'm scrolling, it's like trailer companies. Just like going crazy. So let's see here. Let's see what the chat is saying. Casey's saying our garage is a library. I can't imagine. So
pretty crazy in there.
There's my
Mountain State says a posh girl I follow bought like 6 or 8 pallets full of clothing. I think that sounds overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we got. And then Casey's saying clothes would be so much work, especially. Yeah, that would be insane.
I'd burn.
Do you like selling clothes, Zach?
No, I don't mind thrifting them because that's kind of fun when you find like some name brands. But I hate like listing them. So my wife, she's been listing all the clothes, and she loves it. Like she doesn't mind listing. She'll list like 5 a day and bust it out. And And so we recently combined our eBays because I went full time with my other job. So I was like, let's combine our eBays and just tackle it together. And so she lists all the clothing, and like we've been killing it. So
that's great. I bet it helps a lot when you have somebody helping you list and stuff. My wife on the way to church today, Dustin, Brittany, my wife, Brittany, she was like, how did your whatnot go yesterday? And I was like, it went great. And I told her how much money we had made. And she kind of sat there and I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. I'm like, can I quit my job and just work for you? Because she was thinking of like how much she works and like she's like, you made that in like an hour and a half? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I just need to like find stuff for you to sell. And then I just don't work. I'm like, you're just trying to get out of
bargain hunts for us. She could be at their bargain hunts for us all day.
So, and my wife always finds fire. She's gone with us to Amazon bin stores and she knows what to pick up.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the future, if we can really get this rocking and rolling, we need more of a sample size. To
at least
really
6 months, I think, is a good 6 months.
Yeah, you'll need the help.
6 months. Yeah, I agree for sure. So, let's see here. Number 8, Dustin.
Number 8, food delivery services.
My wife loves Uber Eats.
Really?
She loves it. I think it's underrated because I think I love it too, but she would eat out all extra. Hey, order out. Let's do that. I'm like, well, we can go drive and pick it up. And she's like, no, let's order it out. Yeah, so I think it's underrated.
Okay. What's the go-to like Uber Eats? Where are you guys buying the food from?
I don't know. I guess we've been doing better like the last month or two because we've been dieting. We've been trying to diet a little bit, but I don't know. We love McDonald's. I don't know. We just kind of mix it up, whatever we're feeling. But it's usually when like it's like 11 p.m. We're like, are you hungry?
Yeah. It's like I don't want to get out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. My go-to one is like if I'm at work and I know that I don't have time to like get out and go get food or whatever. Wingstop.
Oh yeah?
Wingstop is Wingstop is my jam. And they'll get there real quick. So, and I love chicken wings in general. So, Wingstop, Uber Eats, Wingstop. So, all right, moving on. Number 9, overrated, underrated. Zach, eBay. Is it overrated or underrated? Because as you sell on Amazon, eBay, is it worth the squeeze sometimes?
I think it's a little overrated, but I do love eBay. But I don't know. I think it's overrated because it's eBay, and there's other platforms that you can do better on. But eBay is like you can make good money on eBay.
For sure. I know Dustin had a great message today. Dustin, do you want to tell the world what happened on your eBay today?
I got an offer today from eBay from an item I had. And it says, will automatically charge the buyer once you accept the offer. I've never seen that.
Wow. Did you try it out? Did you accept it?
I did, and it got paid for immediately.
Wow. I've never gotten that.
Neither have I. I flipped. I got so excited. I was like, finally.
That's crazy.
The tide is turning. Something is going on.
Slowly.
Yeah. Slowly, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it for sure.
I'm here for it.
So Kristen is saying it's not overrated. It's not underrated. It's just is what it is. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Kristen, for as much time you spend at the bins, you might need to start sourcing for whatnot, especially. Like we see, like a good friend Chris, Flip the World Texas. He does live whatnots from the bins. That's so crazy.
How crazy is that?
So crazy.
We could be doing that from Gimme 5 or something like that.
We could do that technically from
out in the
Amazon
parking lot
store. Something.
I
want to do like in there, Dustin. So we should try it, like on Dollar Day or something.
Dollar Day, go in there.
Yeah.
Mm.
You should do it. He doesn't have a copyright for it.
That's true.
Flip. And a lot of people are doing it, so that would be fun to do. Yeah, Chris is legendary. That is legendary. So the OG of that for sure. So last one here, Zach, number 10.
Conspiracy theories.
Ooh. I'm gonna say underrated. Yeah, underrated.
What's your favorite
I don't know.
conspiracy
I
theory?
get sucked into those things all the time, like on TikTok or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's got that creepy music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the creepy music.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory, Zach?
The pyramids in Egypt.
Tell us about the conspiracy in that. What's the conspiracy in that? I don't think I've heard that one.
Well, just how perfect they are. Like, they don't know how they're built. They have no idea. Like, because they're just so pristine to the tip. Like, if you were off by like an inch, it wouldn't have a point. And the boulders they used were like too heavy for men to lift, even multiple men. So it's like, how'd they move these boulders? And they're from like a river that's like 16 miles away or some far away river. Then they got these boulders. Like, they have no idea how they moved these boulders and stacked them up and made a pyramid. They have no idea.
They ain't using wagons. Ain't no way.
Something crazy. I don't know.
There's no way. That's a good one. I heard a new one the other day, speaking of the pyramids, that they're saying that Egypt is actually in the Grand Canyon.
What do you mean?
What? Like the Egypt that we know is in the Grand Canyon. Apparently, I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but they say you can't get close to the Grand Canyon. You definitely can't go like in the whatever of the Grand Canyon. So they are saying that all the hieroglyphs and like everything is like in the Grand Canyon. It's very far-fetched, but I don't know. I just recently heard it. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if I believe it. Seems far-fetched, but I digress.
It's like we're going on a road trip.
I know, right? So, speaking of conspiracy theories, so each and every Monday, Paul Philly Flipper and we do something called a Reselling Draft Monday, Zach, where we pick a subject and we have other resellers come on and we pick our favorite whatever in like a snake draft. So tomorrow, we're going to be doing conspiracy theories. So we're going to be drafting conspiracy theories. So it's going to be a good one. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. If I'm going to go first, either I'm definitely going to pick the moon landing or JFK, because those are my favorite two conspiracy theories. So just putting it out there. What about you, Dustin? What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Tupac's still alive.
Ooh, that's a good one, Dustin.
What?
Guaranteed Tupac's still alive.
Oh, that is a good one.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Some people are saying
Elvis
Michael
still
Jackson might still be alive.
That's a good one.
That's a new one.
Kristen is saying, I've been to the Grand Canyon and I've been in the Grand Canyon. That theory is BS. Just saying. There you go. We're debunking conspiracy theories here on the show, guys.
And you thought it was about reselling.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So thank you, Zach, for playing Overrated, Underrated. We do appreciate it. So that is brought to you by our good friends over at poppinofftoys.com. One of the best places to get Funko Pops. So if you use the code Nashville Flippers, you're going to get 10% off. And it looks like the Cocaine Bear Funko Pop.
Does that say sold out?
Sold out.
I would have bought that.
It's an 18 and up only Funko Pop.
That's hilarious.
That seems like it's going to be. It's a leg.
Is that a leg or
see
that? Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Coked out bear, yeah.
Based on a true story.
When it gets back in stock, if you guys want to purchase the Cocaine Bear Funko Pop, use the code Nashville Flippers and you're going to get 10% off. So, all right. So, Zach, that moves us to our next segment of the show. Everyone's favorite segment, Dustin's Tip of the Week. Now, Dustin, what is your tip of the week, sir?
I've already talked about it.
Oh, what was it?
The pallets. Man, that was like, my tip was like, don't just jump in to buy one, buy two. Why not buy two? But definitely do your research. If we didn't do our research, if we just would have bought it blind, and it could have been junk. But we looked, saw what shoes were in there, stuff like that. Right, let's do it. Pull the trigger.
There you go.
Do your research.
Nice. There you go. Now, Dustin's tip of the week is presented to you by the good people at stickerwise.com. Zach, we need some stickers from you, and the best place to get them is over at stickerwise.com.
Yeah. I've got these, and I need to send out to people.
Yeah, man. So if you want to get some more, go to stickerwise.com, use the code flippers, and you're going to get 10% off. And so we've been doing this on our show, Zach. We're giving away stickers each and every week. So, Zach, there are currently 19 people in the chat. So pick a number 1 through 19 and chat, put the numbers. Or chat, put the number that you guess, and if it corresponds with Zach's number, we'll send you out a free sticker.
I meant to steal one of those yesterday. Totally forgot to steal one yesterday.
What's that?
Forgot to steal one yesterday.
Oh, we got plenty. Zach, you got the number?
Yeah, you ready for it?
Don't tell us. Just let us know if it hits the chat.
Oh, I can't even see the chat.
You can't see the chat?
Oh, wait, hold on. I guess I can click comments, huh?
Yeah, comment.
Yeah.
Let me see who hit it. Nobody's hit it yet.
1 through 15. There's 15 people in here. Man, I'm getting low on stickers. I need to order some more stickers, Dustin.
No one's guessed it.
No one's guessed it so far. Nobody?
Nope. Keep on throwing numbers, guys.
Keep on throwing numbers in there. Let us know when you do win the
sticker.
Go in
order.
Hit us on Instagram with your address. So.
Oh,
nothing.
Adrian got it. Number 11.
There it is.
Number 11. There it is. Adrian. What is that? Hurtado. Hurtado. Sorry, Adrian. Adrian, shoot us a DM on Instagram, and we'll get you some stickers. All right? Appreciate you, and thank you for the good people over at stickerwise.com. Use the code flippers, and you're going to get 10% off. All right. So, Zach, I keep saying everyone's favorite segment of the show. So, this might be legit everyone's favorite segment of the show. It's called Skip or Flip, where we're going to show you 3 items that recently sold on eBay, and just showing you pictures. You're going to let us know if you would see it at a yard sale, garage sale, or what have you. Would you skip it or would you flip it? All right. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
All right. So first up, and people at home, let us know if you're going to skip or if you're going to flip. All right. Dustin, I'm missing one. So if you can find one for me and put it in the private chat. One. I'm missing one. It just has 2. So
I'll send it to you on your phone.
Okay. Or send it to me on Instagram.
Okay.
So we can pull it up. All right. So here we have, Zach, we have a Santa Claus. It says, I love Lucy. It's kind of like a Santa Claus doll. I don't think that is Lucy. There's some wear there. There's some wear there. You got the I Love Lucy cast on the back of the doll here. And it's made by Mattel. And I don't see a year anywhere. I'm sure, I don't know if this is old or if this is a reprint of some sort. But yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts here?
This is so tough because this is like completely outside of my wheelhouse. But and I always look when I don't know anything. I always just look it up. But if I didn't have my phone, and how much are they asking for this at the garage sale?
I don't know. Let's say $10. A little high because it's in the box. It's in someone's collection. They don't want to. They want to make some money off of it.
I'm gonna skip because I would be like, because I know they make so many of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably skip on this.
You're gonna skip. All right.
Yeah.
People in the chat,
so who knows?
Yeah, who know? Let us know in the chat. What would you do? Would you skip? Would you flip? Let us know. Alan is saying he's flipping. Now, what's the comfortable price that you're willing to pay on this?
If I didn't have my phone, I'd probably pay like $2 or $3 just to take a risk on it.
Okay. Nice. Mountain State says skip. She looks weird. Golf Coast is in the building. Good to see you. And Christopher Nutter saying skip as well. So we got everyone skipping. So Zach, how much do you think this is selling for?
Gosh, probably
if you were to take a guess.
Probably like maybe $25.
Okay. All right. So Dustin already. Have you seen this, Dustin? You've seen this.
Maybe. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. All right. So this doll, Zach, just sold on eBay for $510.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna find something that was super rare. That's
so
crazy.
Apparently, this is an I Love Lucy Christmas show. Santa Claus. This is Fred Mertz. Do you remember Fred Mertz? Are you a big I Love Lucy fan, Zach?
No.
So Fred Mertz was Lucy's neighbor. Ethel Mertz. Ethel and Fred Mertz. Nothing?
No. Mm-mm.
So yeah. So $510.
Crazy.
But if you see Lucy, she's not worth a lot. So and Ricky, there's a Lucy, there's a Ricky Ricardo, and then there's a Ethel Mertz. But the one that you need to look out for is Fred Mertz. He's the one, the rare one.
Huh.
$510. All right.
Crazy.
What do you think about that, Zach?
I should have bought it. Dang it. Should have bought it.
Should have bought it. Should have bought it. All right. Did you send me that other one, D-Man? You're still working on it. You did? Where'd you send it?
Mm-hmm. Instagram.
Instagram? Okay. Gotcha. Pull up the next one here, Zachary. All right. This is a good one. Zach. So we have here, we're throwing out some weird stuff at you, man. Weird stuff. So we have here another doll, Zach. Are you an expert on dolls?
Not at all.
So we have here this doll, weird, creepy looking doll, blue hair, kind of a blue tint to the skin. Got a little stand. It's got a little purse and a little, I think a comb of some sort. So what are your thought process here, Zach? Give us your thought process.
Well, this would catch my eye because Hustlin' Hooks has sold a ton of these in the past. Okay. So if it was at a good price,
do you know what this doll is?
It's the Bratz doll, right?
No, it's not a Bratz doll.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
I would probably pick it up thinking that it was the same that Hustlin' Hooks picked up.
Okay. So you would pick it up. How?
Yeah.
How much are you willing to spend?
$3.
$3?
Yep.
How much do you think it's selling for?
Gosh, I know that he was selling them for like $60, $80 a piece, so probably like $70.
Okay. Dustin, you sent me a picture. Can you send me the link to the eBay listing?
Monster High, that's what it is. Monster High.
I want to do this one instead because this one's even better.
Okay. Yeah. So it is. I'll tell you that right now. It is a Monster High doll.
Yep.
And you think it's selling for $70?
Yeah, I'll guess 70.
Okay. So you would flip.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this Monster High doll recently sold on eBay for $299.
Crazy.
So this is a Monster High Ghoulia Yelps doll. It's the first wave outfit, earrings, stand, and purse. So this might be like the first Gulia doll. Depends on which one. That sells crazy good. Yeah, I guess this is the first print, the first whatever. But are you a big Monster High person?
No, I never see this stuff ever, but I just know that, like, I always watch everybody's stories, and I know that Hustle and Hooks has bought, I swear, like 2 huge bulk buys of this stuff, and he made a killing with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Or what would you say is your expertise, Zach?
On this Monster High stuff?
Or just in general, like to the, like when you go to a thrift store and stuff. Dustin, could you send me the link to the thing?
I did.
Not just the picture.
I did. I sent a different one. Is it working?
It's just the picture. Send me the link.
Yeah, I would say, like, I got a pretty good eye on, like, you can usually tell if something's valuable.
I might have to send it on your phone
or something. And so I always look stuff up. Like, even though I've been doing eBay for so long, I still look stuff up because I don't want to waste money, right? So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I look stuff up.
Nobody wants to waste money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to text it to you because it won't work on Instagram.
Okay. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us.
Have you found a Monster High? Do you guys, like, how often do you guys hit up thrift stores?
See, we don't have a lot of thrift stores, honestly, here.
No?
We had Goodwill. That's about it.
Yeah.
When I was in Chattanooga for school,
more.
Dude, Chattanooga had so many thrift stores. It was a gold mine.
Yeah, I wish we had the DI there, like you have.
We have so many thrift stores in Utah. It's nuts. Like I couldn't hit up all of them in one day. There's no way.
That's crazy.
I wonder why.
I think a lot of, like, there's a lot of Mormons here in Utah, and they like to give and donate, and so I think that there's a lot of people donating and giving, and they, like, when COVID hit, especially, everybody was, like, stuck at their house, so they were doing, like, clean outs and stuff, cleaning out their house. Like, it was crazy how much stuff they were getting at the thrift stores.
It was crazy. I found like a lot of GameCube games at Goodwill. It was legit.
Yeah.
There you go. You already shared
the wrong thing.
Messed that one up.
I know. Did you see the price?
Pick that up. I would definitely pick that up.
So here we have. I shared the wrong screen. So this is a Atomic Bombing: How to Protect Yourself book. First edition, right, Dustin? 1950, yep. First edition, How to Protect Yourself from an Atomic Bomb. And this one recently sold on eBay for $155, but you saw earlier that there is one listed for $500. But this is crazy. Could you imagine actually, like, this is a thick book too. Excuse me.
Who's picking? I can't believe someone picked that up. Like, back in the day. Man, I guess that was a scare back then. But.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah. But, man, what we know now, this book didn't do nothing.
Didn't do
Go
nothing.
under your desk. You know how, like, when we were kids, Dustin, we would get under our desk for, like, a tornado warning?
That ain't doing nothing.
We would be dead. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, getting under our desk. So, yeah, let's say that's a flip for sure. So be on the lookout for this How to Protect Yourself from an Atomic Bomb book. I guess it's really rare. So next time you're buying those Gaylords, Zach, full of books, you see this sucker in there, you know you got some money.
I'll tag you for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
I always looked up the first editions. Like, not all of them are worth money, but, like, whenever I see an older book, I'll always check to see if it's a first edition, and I'll just instantly look it up on eBay, because you never know. Like, it could be a super rare first edition book that's worth thousands. So,
for sure. All right, Zach. So thank you so much for playing Skip or Flip. We do appreciate it. We learned something, right?
We did. Atomic Bomb books are legit.
Atomic Bomb books, Fred Mertz, all that good stuff. So Zach, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're almost out of here. So like always, we like to ask somebody. We ask our guests each and every week some of your goals. Like, what are some of the goals that Zach, Utahn, Bought and Gone has? Personal goals, business goals. What are you looking to achieve this year or in the near horizon?
So probably my 10-year plan, I want to get 10 rentals. That's my goal, is to get 10 right now. I have 3. And so if I can get like 1 a year, roughly, the next 10 years, that way I can have enough cash flow. I can quit my job. I want to quit before that, but I know for sure that I could quit and really like get back on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that if I wanted to, and not stress about the income that's coming in from the business, and I can kind of do it more for fun. But yeah, that's probably my main goal, is to get me and my family financially set up so I can quit and just do my business again. And if I can do it sooner, like this job is supposed to help me get it sooner. That's why I took it. It was because that was my plan with eBay, was to get 1 a year. But now that I have this job, I might be able to do it in like 6 years. And so I'm really trying to push at the job. And so that's pick up my investing and get everything set. So when I'm like 40, I can kind of coast and just live off my investments.
That's awesome. That's the goal, right? Coast, baby. Yeah, that's awesome. We got Joe. I flipped that is in the building. Zach, I don't know if you know this, but Joe and his wife have this reseller game show that they do. The first one was this Thursday. It's fantastic.
Is it?
So
I'll check it out.
Y'all check it out. I'd flip that on YouTube. It's fantastic. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know if you're doing it every Thursday, Joe. Let us know, but it's awesome. So I'm a Reseller has a question for you, Zach. What do you think about the BRRRR method? What is that? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
just saying like burr.
It's
like
buy,
man.
Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. And so you're buying a house, you fix it up so it's more valuable, you get it rented, and then you do a refinance to get the money out that you put into it, and then you just repeat it and keep doing it over and over again. I personally haven't done it, but it sounds like a legit thing. Like, people can do it, and I've heard of people doing it, but I haven't personally tried it.
Interesting. See, here's the thing, guys. We're having Zach on right now. He's already got 2 rental properties. He's working to get 10. We got our boy Harry Tornado just getting his first one. So Zach's the guy. Zach's the guy right here. He's way ahead of the game.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool for sure. So, Kristen's saying each gonna only do rentals in Utah. You can get a really nice house in Illinois under 200. Wow, that's cheap. In Illinois, 200,000.
Yeah, you can find some like really like in Iowa. They're pretty cheap. Tennessee. I know you guys. How's your housing market in Tennessee? Because like
not in Nashville.
Too much.
No,
but
too much here, man.
Is it too much? Yeah, because I heard people
you can't buy a house for 200,000 in Nashville. Period.
I bought my house. Was it 2015, 2016? For like just over 200,000. And it's only like a 1,500 square foot house. It's up to 400,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's why I wanted to keep buying houses, because my first house I bought in 2014, I bought it for 190 grand, and now it's worth like 620. Which is crazy.
That's awesome.
And that's what I use. I use that money, the equity in that house, to buy more houses.
What would you think, Dustin? Like a decent, like something like your house right now. What does that cost right now in the Nashville market?
Like
4?
In Nashville, probably more.
Yeah, or like here, yeah.
Here, like I said, 4, just under 4.
So, yeah, you're not even a player unless you got 4. You know.
Yeah. And I've thought about buying outside of state, but I want to run the properties myself, because if you don't, you're going to hire somebody, and that usually costs about 10% of whatever you're renting the house for.
Come on, I'll run them. Me and Ray will run them. Let's go.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. Zach, how does that work? Like, so you do, like, they call you up, Zach, I need a new water heater. You go in and put in a new water heater?
Yeah, I get calls and stuff like a branch broke. We had a snowstorm. A branch broke and fell on top of one of their vans and stuff. And like the dishwasher was leaking the other day, and it like damaged the floor. So when they move out, I got to fix the floor and stuff like that. It just happens. But that's the part of investing. There's risk.
But you
I handle
enjoy
it all.
doing that, or is that like the cons of doing like owning rental property?
The rewards outweigh the like long term. But you got to make that sacrifice.
Okay.
It's a little headache up first, but like imagine when your house is paid off and you're renting it for like $3,000 a month. Like you're just making $3,000 a month, and you didn't make any of the mortgage payments. It was rented out for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
That is awesome. Yeah, for sure. So Joe is saying March 16th is the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Rural Squirrel is saying you can't buy a house in Colorado for less than $300. Period. Now, yeah, I believe that for sure.
Yeah, Utah's market.
Colorado is expensive. Gosh, that's wild. So more rental prop. I forgot what your goal. We got on a tangent, Zach. I'm sorry. The goals.
Oh yeah, I want to get 10 rentals. That's my
10 rentals.
10 rentals.
10 rentals. Okay, nice. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. So that concludes another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. Thank you all in the chat. Thank you all for listening, everyone that's listening to us at home. And again, make sure you subscribe, rate, comment, all the good stuff. Helps us out a ton for the algorithm, puts us out there. And anything else for the people, Zach, that you might want to say?
You guys could always reach out to me about investment property and stuff. I love chatting about it, so I'm always here to help.
There you go. What about you, D-Man? Anything for the people?
Y'all go visit the Grand Canyon and see what Egypt's like.
There you go. So, all right. So, my name is Ray.
My name's Dustin.
And I'm Zach.
There you go. All right. So, guys, thank you so much. And like always, catch you on the flip side. See y'all. God bless.
Peace.
Peace.